What was your mind frame after having set the record?
Well, I set the record during a very dark period of my life, and I mean that in the most literal, physiological sense imaginable, in that I was suffering a bout of inexplicable blackouts. And I would consult the doctors, and they had concluded that I had, over time, developed a case of low-grade narcolepsy. And again, I would black out during the most inopportune times. For instance, during my record-breaking Miss Pac-Man performance, I have several, even though there's no videographic evidence of this, I have several notarized eyewitness accounts claiming that I was indeed unconscious between boards 17 and 21. And again, we were trying to find a root cause, and after some soul searching, and after consulting my now ex-girlfriend, it turns out that she, and I guess I have no one to blame but myself, and I'm sure she had her own reasons, her own motivations, but it turns out that she had been slowly poisoning me with Ambien. And I was ready to just cut her out of my life entirely, but I was somewhat moved and overwhelmed by her candor and involuntary disclosure. And then just at the moment I was going to end it, she reminded me of why I fell in love with her in the first place. It was her sense of humor. She said, "Jake, before you put this relationship to bed, why don't you sleep on it?" And it just tapped into the rush of emotion of why I started dating her to begin with. So, you know, things were good after she confessed. Things were going well for about 2 weeks there. We got in this whole health kick. I was going to Jamba Juice every day. Steve and I over at Jamba Juice concocted my own drink called the Miss Pac-Man. It was a nice cherry banana blend. My girlfriend had gotten into yoga. So things were going well. One day I was off to the Double J, and my girlfriend was doing her whole yoga routine. But when I got back, I opened the door, and I guess I don't have any other way to put this, but my girlfriend's guru was, I guess I'll just throw it out there. My girlfriend's guru was freedom kissing her vagina.
How did that make you feel?
Well, first, you know, it was all happening at the base of the door. I had to just like slide in, and I was kind of pissed to begin with because I dropped my Miss Pac-Man, and then from my angle, you know, the guru had dreadlocks, so from my angle it looked like a predator was devouring my girlfriend. But then I finally put 2 and 2 together, and I realized that, in fact, a complete stranger, this Petrulius pleaser, was, you know, treating my girlfriend's genitalia like it was in some big red commercial. So, you know, I could have drowned. I could have been flustered in that sea of sweaty, sinewy, presumably toxin-free bodies, but I had the wherewithal. And you know, I think we've all had this experience, that there's a time in your life where you want to say exactly what's on your mind at the exact point you want to say it, and I was able to experience that. After he was done, I let him finish, but after he was done, I looked him square in the eye, and I said, "Yo, get out of my house." And even though the relationship had subsequently ended, for me, it ended on a high note, because I had nailed the pun. Although, fuck. Looking back on it, I guess that was directed at the wrong person, wasn't it? You know, I shouldn't have gotten upset at the guru. He might not have known the circumstances. He must have been, you know, pleasing her under false pretenses. Like, what I should have said to my girlfriend was, you know, all this time I thought you were American, but it turns out that you're just yoga slutsvian. Fuck. That's what I should have said. Where's my phone?